Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this afternoon, which is about to be almost 1 o'clock where I'm at pretty soon. And sorry that I didn't do a video sooner. I just was sleeping for a while and I needed a good night's sleep because I was really drained yesterday. And I know my live stream didn't do well at the beginning of it, but it got better as it went on. So I hope you enjoyed that live stream because it may be the last one I do for at least a week or two or something like that. But I'm returning to you for Daze album review, and this is for their new album, The Phoenix, that I just got done listening to. And it is coming out for streaming platforms tomorrow, so I had to double check to be sure if it was coming out for streaming services and all that. The CD version itself is not coming out till July 1st, so that's fine. But I'm going to discuss what I listened to for Daze is the Phoenix album, which this is the former member Chester Bennington's band, who unfortunately is not with us anymore. And let you know my thoughts on this Daze the Phoenix album. So let's dive into this album review. Now, to be honest, I was not really a fan of Saturation Strange Love. I think it's grown a little apart for me. Like, the way Chester Bennington was singing the song, I don't know. It didn't sound bad, but it just. I'm iffy with this song, so I might have to downgrade it to like a 4 out of 5. Because I don't know how I feel about it. It's not my personal favorite song. Um, but I did enjoy certain songs on this album. Like Starting to Fly, the Phoenix version was actually really good. I really like the background vocalist singing How High Can We Go. I really like that part of the song. Um, and Chester Bennington sounded pretty good in the song. Well, did, unfortunately. Um, he's still gonna be a great vocalist to this day, even though it's been almost 5 years since his passing. So, yeah. Saturation Strange Love, like I said, 4 out of 5. I don't know if it's something I would really come back to a lot because it's not my favorite single that came out for the first single. Because of the way. I don't want to sound mean in this review because I know that would just make me a immoral dick or whatever. But it just. There was something about this album that didn't click with me. So let's. I'll keep going and see. Uh, I'll have to listen to this again, is what I'm trying to say. I'll just keep going with the review because I know you guys want a review out for this Daze album review. Be Your Man, Here Nearby, parentheses, Here Nearby, is an average song. It's not amazing at all, so 3.5 out of 5. I don't know how I was feeling about it. I just was noticing that the beginning of this album, I think Starting to Fly was the only strong track at the beginning of the album. And the other two songs, like the one before it and Be Your Man, are not my favorites, so 3.5 out of 5. I don't know, it's just the way Chester Bennington was singing and how the mixing was with this album. It was mostly the mixing and production that was a little bit of a flop with this album. Uh in my opinion at least. So I don't mean to sound harsh or anything. I love Daze. I still do. I just think Amends was better. Um but we'll keep going with the review. Holding You featuring Dave Navarro. Not a bad song. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. There were certain moments with Chester Bennington's vocals, how they were mixing it, that didn't sound executingly great, meaning it didn't execute well. So 4.5 out of 5. Whole was actually a pretty good song. Really enjoyed that one with Lila Bennington and Lily Bennington. I guess his daughters or whatever were part of the track. So That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna praise this song because I don't want to come off sounding like a dick in this review. But it just certain songs on this album, I don't know if did the mixing and production did very well with this album. But 5 out of 5 for Whole. I did enjoy that one. Drag was another good one. I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Didn't hate that song, just enjoyed some moments with Chester Bennington's vocals in it. So the tracks are getting stronger closer to the end of the album, in the middle of the album to the end of the album. Uh, First half is sort of underwhelming to get through. Believe Me is getting a 4.5 out of 5. It's another least favorite of mine. I don't hate it. I just think it's solid, but it's just the way Chester Bennington's mixing vocals in this album don't really execute well. So, yeah, it's a shame. And I don't mean to come off very critical here in this review. I was just noticing mixing problems with this album, and that's a shame because I really love Grey Daze for what they go for. Um, After the Amends album, I was like, oh, what are we gonna get next? So then we find out the Phoenix. I thought Grey Daze Amends was gonna be the last album they did as a memorial for uh, Chester Bennington, but they did a second one, so yeah. And this one's a little underwhelming. Um, anything is it's average, I guess. So 3.5 out of 5. I don't know how I'm feeling about it right now. It's just maybe 4 out of 5 at least. Sorry if I'm changing my ratings. Just don't know what I feel about the lyrics in the song and or how I feel about the lyrics in the song. So, yeah. Spin was a solid track. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. Some of Chester Bennington's mixing vocals are sort of iffy when it comes to me listening to it, of course. And Wake Me was a good closing track, so I'll give it a 5 out of 5. So, overall, I think production, mixing, and execution, this album was sort of underwhelming and a little weaker than the last one. Amends was better than this. I think like 10 times better. And this one had a lot of mixing and production problems, but hey, they're trying to make it the songs execute well. The only songs I could probably come back to are Starting to Fly, Whole, Drag, Believe Me, and Wake Me. After that, the rest of the album is kind of hit or miss with me. It's just the execution of this album. It's sort of underwhelming, but that's just my opinion at least. So, first score for me, I'm giving Grey Daze' new album, The Phoenix, a 7.5 out of 10. It's average. It's not my personal favorite, but it was almost good. I almost praised it, so I was really hoping this was not going to disappoint me, and it sort of did. Not to the extent where I hate this album, just to the extent where it performed averagely. So, 7.5 out of 10 for me. Comment below. Let me know your guys' thoughts on. Let me know what you guys think of the. Sorry if I'm slipping up in this review. Let me know what you guys think of this Grey Daze album, The Phoenix, if you've heard it. And if you enjoyed this album review I did for you guys. And hopefully you can respect my opinion. And if some Grey Daze fans start getting on me saying, oh, you gotta really give it more listens, I'm like, yeah, I might have to, but after listening to it the first time, I was not that pleased. I was unfortunately disappointed, and I don't want to tarnish this in Chester Bennington's memory and all that, but I just felt that some of the songs, the mixing and production with his vocals, were not sounding very good as I thought it would. So, yeah, 7.5 out of 10. But if you did enjoy this album review, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can, support the channel. Sorry that I dragged this video out quite a bit. I was trying to end it at like 6 or at 9 or 10 minutes of the video, but I guess I didn't. But I'll return to you for a track review pretty soon for I Prevail's new song, Body Bag. So I'm going to check that song out and see what I think of it. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this album review for Grey Daze, The Phoenix. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. It is one of my least favorite albums, but hey, you're gonna have your hits and misses with music, and this one wasn't a complete miss, but it performed averagely, uh, in my opinion at least. But you guys are, it's coming out tomorrow for streaming platforms, so definitely give it a listen and see what you think of it for yourself, because there's going to be some people that may see that it's not Chester Bennington's mixing vocals are not very well done in this album. But that's just how I feel about it. So stay safe. Take care, guys. I'll have another album review coming out later or whatever, probably tonight at least. And as always, I'll see you in my next review.